Hello and welcome to GTO Coach and Go. I'm Jim Delleman with Group Travel Odyssey. I want to thank you for joining us again today. And before we get started, I want to remind you, as I always do, if you've not done so yet, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button down below. And also, if you ring the little bell, you'll be notified anytime we have new content on our YouTube channel. You can also connect with us on LinkedIn at Group Travel Odyssey. And you can also follow us on Facebook, Group Travel Odyssey. Once again, we want you to keep in touch with us any way you possibly can. We've got some great information on our YouTube channel, as well as on all of our social media platforms. So today, we are going to be talking with our lead engineer once again, and we're going to be talking today about Qwilr integration. Qwilr is one of the platforms that we have that integrates with our system. And instead of me fumbling everything up with it, let me bring Christina on. Hey, Christina, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Jim?
I'm doing okay. I was just saying today we're going to be talking about Qwilr. So Qwilr is, can you explain a little bit about what Qwilr is for everybody that's watching?
Yeah, so Qwilr is basically an online web page of some sort of document. So we have done a coach and go before on a Qwilr proposal and a Qwilr travel agreement. So that's your proposal you're sending out for your client to hopefully get their business. And then travel agreement is that contract that you're sending out. So today we're talking about the combo. So this is going to be an online agreement where you're showing both what you would show on a proposal, such as your itinerary, and then also things from your travel agreement, like your terms and conditions. So it's combining the best of both worlds.
That sounds fantastic. Well, shall we dive in?
Let's dive in.
Okay.
All right, so I am on my testing trip here in Sales Manager, and I am on a proposal. So this is going to be in the stage when you are going to be sending them out their document for signature. Also just, like I said, for the proposal, you want to show them what they're going to have. So this is under Generate Proposal, this button right here. And then up at the top, just a quick note, this is where you would want to check some things that are going to go on that document. And this is whether you're using Qwilr or if you're using a document button to create your documents. You have sent us a template before. If you have one of those buttons that creates it off of your template, always make sure these are right. So your selling prices, if those aren't looking like what you want, make sure to push that update selling price button to get that accurate price. Also, this is a quick view of your itinerary that you've created. And right below here is inclusions. So you have your list of inclusions. That's what's marked with a checkbox on this product. And that'll show you what is your inclusions text. So this is where you would ultimately create a document version, so a Word document of this proposal, which that might be a good solution for you to check that first, just to see if everything goes well, because you only have 2 shots of the Qwilr page before you need to put in a help desk to ask for it to be reset for you. So after you do that and you're ready to go, this is the new button right here, Create Qwilr Proposal with Terms and Conditions. You can see that I did already create a Qwilr proposal document before. That's probably the one from the previous Coach and Go. But this is going to be our new document here. First, you can select a number of signatures. So 1 to 3. I'm just going to go ahead with 1, and that's going to be how many people ultimately sign this document. So if you have more than one contact, you might want more than one signature. I'm going to go ahead and push this button, and it's just going to take a minute or so to load. So I'm just going to, while we're waiting for that to load, one of the things that you can do on here, just as a quick side note, if you do need to edit anything, you can also do that from your products here with Grid Edit. So if you have not played with the Grid Edit yet, I fully recommend it, as I use it quite often. So if you push Grid Edit here, this is what I wanted to show, is that you can mark check boxes for those inclusions, so that way it'll show on your Qwilr page. So I'm just going to go push back. And that Qwilr link is ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and click this and open it up. And here is our Qwilr page. So you can see our first section is going to show a trip overview. So basically where they're going, information about you, the company, our member who is creating that agreement. And then this is going to be your group contact. That's going to be of their phone number. If they don't have one, that'll show their account phone number as well as the account address. So just so you know that. This next section is going to be a synopsis of the inclusions. So transportation, accommodation, meals, those are giving a synopsis of what is included on your trip. And then this is where your inclusions are going to show. So as you go through those trip products, make sure to mark that inclusions checkbox in order to have that listed on here. So your people who are going to look at this document know exactly what's going to be included on their trip. And then just some additional inclusions down here, such as tour director. Next section is going to be the itinerary. So you can see it is collapsed, but once you push that show hide button, you will see everything that's included under each day. So it is broken down by those day blocks that you would be putting in the day section onto your trip product. So you can see we have early morning, daytime, kind of scroll through and see my itinerary here. You can see everything that's on there. And then same with day 3, kind of all the things that are included. Next section, this is where we get into more of our travel agreement parts of the document. So we call this group travel agreement. This is where you're going to find kind of the meat. So you're going to have your number of people estimated, your pricing, and also your payment information / due dates. So you can see passenger details up here will list whatever you have listed on your proposal as complimentary packages and at what type, so double or single. And then it will also list out your estimated number of passengers. So this trip was 50, 45 students, 5 adults, 1 cop. And now you can see here my pricing. So those are going to be those package prices. Like I showed before, those were wanted to push that update selling prices. That's why that you want to push that button if it's not accurate, because that is what's going to show on your document. And right here too, you have your payment information due dates. This is going to be from that payment schedule that you have input onto your proposal in Sales Manager. It's going to put that on here as well. This next section, I'm just going to scroll right through it. It's rather long. It's just a sample terms and conditions. Ultimately, if you would like to use this Qwilr page, we are going to need a copy of what you would like to put for your terms and conditions, and that is what will go into that block. So whatever that needs to be text-wise, send us a sample of that wording, and then we can get that created for you. And finally, the last box is the signing portion. And ultimately, you can see this little banner over here has been hovering for your person who is going to sign. They can always skip right down to accept if they want to skip through it. Hopefully they'll go through all of those scrolls, especially for your terms and conditions. But that is how you can skip down to accept. And when they click accept, they will fill information here. You can see name, email, organization, and then e-signature. And ultimately, these are going to show as well proposal acceptance and modifications requested. So they can say they want to accept the proposal as written or accept it with modifications. So whatever they put into these fields, when they sign it, you will get a notification email with both whoever signed the document and whatever they put into those fields. So that way you know if maybe they don't want to sign the agreement as is, they can give you some modifications that they would like. Maybe they want an extra meal included. So that is something that you can do for that document. And that is what the Qwilr page looks like. I'm just going to push back because I went to that link. So I went back to my proposal in Sales Manager. And that way we can see the Qwilr link still listed there. And that is what you can provide to your customer for signing the document.
So I have a question, me personally.
Sure.
So if they want to, it used to be that we had it that if they could have their terms and conditions sent as a document, they could have their proposal sent as a document.
Correct.
So what this is doing is it's combining your proposal and your terms and conditions into one.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So it's going to combine the two. So we did have some feedback after the last Coach and Go that there's some people that don't have two agreements. They have one. And so this is the solution to that issue where you don't have, two documents that you get signatures on. You just want to send them one with their information for the trip, which we would call a proposal in GTO. And then also your legalese, which is your terms and conditions of your usual travel agreement. So this is that combo of the two.
Great. And this is not something that just automatically shows up, right? This is something they have to contact us about?
It is currently live. Just know that there will be no terms and conditions section if you have not provided it to us.
Okay.
So that is something that you do need to provide to us in order for it to show in your Qwilr page.
And again, the easiest way to send us that information is through our help desk. So if you do have a document or a form or something that has that language on it, please send it to our help desk. And again, put help in the subject line. As soon as it comes through and we see that it's terms and conditions, it will go to Christina. So she and her team can go ahead and get that set up for you all. But it is something we're going to need your specific language. We're not creating the language for you. This is your specific terms and conditions, legal language that you currently use. So send it to us and we can get that sent in or set up for you. It is not something that's going to automatically happen. So make sure to contact us through the help desk. So
absolutely. And then the best way to do it is, especially if you have any stylizing of your wording that you want, send it in an attachment, like a Word document attachment.
Yes, by all means. Yes, that does make it much easier than reading through a body of an email and trying to copy and paste, and which is what we're here for. We're here to try to prevent copying and pasting. So yes, send us that document.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, Christina, thank you so much with this. And it's funny because when we first started talking about Qwilr, it just seemed like such a different thing for a lot of people. They were like, oh my gosh, it's kind of bizarre. But there are people that are using it like crazy just because it makes it so much easier to get that unique URL and send it out to your client. They can sign it and you get notified when it gets signed, which is great. And then you have a link that will show you that it's signed. So even once it's been signed, you have a link to the signed agreement and stuff that comes back. So that's something that appears right in GTO. So it's truly a time saver, which is
absolutely
what we're looking for, I think.
Yes, always.
Well, Christina, thank you so much for all of this information. And again, for anybody who needs more information, contact us through our help desk, help@gtonetwork.com, and put help in the subject line. Also, just a reminder that GTO Coach and Go happens every other Tuesday at 2 o'clock Eastern time. Again, every other Tuesday, 2 o'clock. You will see myself, usually Christina, but there are others that are joining in as well. And we're going to give you little pieces and snippets of our system and show you more efficient ways to use them. Whenever we have new processes that we want to get out to you, we will do that as well. Now, the weeks that we do not have GTO Coach and Go, we have GTO Fast Break. And the GTO Fast Break is a very short video on a very specific topic. And those appear in community forums. So for those of you on GTO, go to your community forum and take a look for the GTO Fast Breaks. There are a lot of them that are listed in there. You can go through those and watch those little clips as well. So Christina, thank you so much for joining us. And for the rest of you, if you have any questions, by all means, make sure to reach out to us. We're here for you. We want your feedback as well. And again, the reason that this is happening, where we've combined that proposal and the terms and conditions, is because of your feedback. You've requested that information, and so it's easier for us then to go ahead and make that for you. So again, thank you so much, everybody, and we will see you next time. Take care.
Thank you for watching this episode of GTO Coach and Go. We invite you to stay connected with Group Travel Odyssey on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, and be sure to check out more of our media, including Destination Dispatch and the Destinations Beyond Expectations podcast. Please visit our website, grouptravelodyssey.com, where you can learn more about GTO and request a demo. Group Travel Odyssey, business without boundaries.